After the terrifying events aboard the USS Nova, Gustav, the fearless space freighter pilot, longs for a period of calm and serenity in the vast cosmos. However, fate has other plans for him when a distress call echoes through space from a remote colony on the distant planet Aegis VII. The distress call is urgent and desperate, laden with the echo of terror and despair. Known for his unwavering courage and commitment to duty, Gustav knows he cannot ignore a call for help. With a heavy heart and steadfast determination, he prepares his ship for another journey into the unknown, ready to face the dangers lurking in the shadows of space. Aegis VII is a distant and mysterious world, shrouded in an aura of mystery and desolation. Its surface is arid and hostile, marked by vast deserts of red sand and imposing rock formations. The atmosphere is thin and charged with palpable tension, as if the planet itself is teetering on the brink. The human colony on Aegis VII is a vision of desolation and decay. Its structures are dilapidated and weathered by time, silent witnesses to a once glorious past now lost forever. The empty streets echo with the silence, while abandoned buildings rise like dark monuments to a forgotten era. However, despite its desolate appearance, Aegis VII is also a place of wild and intrinsic beauty. Its skies are bathed in a reddish light, as if the planet itself is on fire. The rugged mountains and deep ravines form breathtaking landscapes, silent witnesses to the greatness and tragedy that unfolded there. But beneath the seemingly tranquil surface of Aegis VII, an ancient and sinister evil lurks in the shadows. An evil that feeds on fear and despair, ready to swallow everything in its path. And it is in this dark and desolate setting that Gustav and his team embark on their most dangerous mission yet, determined to confront the horror that awaits in the depths of Aegis VII. As Gustav's ship approaches Aegis VII, the planet looms before them like a vision of desolation and despair. The reddish atmosphere of the planet envelops them like a dark shroud, signaling the imminent dangers that await them on its barren and hostile surface. As the ship descends towards the space colony, Gustav observes the ruins of human civilization unfold before his eyes. Dilapidated buildings and crumbling structures dot the desolate landscape, silent witnesses to a greatness lost forever. The oppressive silence envelops the ship as it lands amidst the ruins of the colony. The wind howls through the empty streets, carrying with it the echo of despair and desolation. There are no signs of life, only the palpable sense that something terrible has happened there. As Gustav and his team step out of the ship, they are greeted by a desolate and dark landscape. The air is heavy with the promise of imminent danger, while Aegis VII's red sun casts a sinister light over the desolate landscape. Gustav knows they are alone in a strange and hostile world, surrounded by dangers that cannot be seen or understood. But he also knows he cannot retreat now, not when lives are at stake, and the fate of the colony is in their hands. With courage and determination, Gustav leads his team towards the ruins of the colony, ready to face the horrors that await in the shadows of Aegis VII. For they are the guardians of hope, the last defenders of humanity in a world on the brink of abyss. And they will not shrink from the challenge that lies before them. As Gustav and his team explore the desolate ruins of the colony on Aegis VII, they discover the dark remnants of what once was a thriving home to hundreds of colonists. Dilapidated buildings and empty corridors echo with the silence, while the heavy atmosphere carries the portent of imminent danger. Soon, they realize they are not alone. Sinister sounds of dragging and scratching echo through the dark corridors, whispering the invisible presence of terrible forces watching them from the shadows. As the darkness thickens, the necromorphs, grotesque and deformed creatures, begin to emerge from the dark corners of the colony. Their twisted and contorted forms writhe in agony as they advance towards Gustav and his team, their empty eyes gleaming with an insatiable hunger for human flesh. Gustav faces the necromorphs with bravery and determination, his team fighting by his side against the relentless hordes of abominations that surround them. Each battle is a desperate struggle for survival, with Gustav and his companions facing the grotesque creatures with weapons drawn and courageous hearts. But despite their heroic efforts, the necromorphs continue to multiply, their sinister presence infiltrating the ruins of the colony like a relentless plague. At every turn, they encounter more horror and despair, each encounter with the necromorphs, a dark reminder of the fragility of human life. As the nightmare intensifies around them, Gustav clings to the hope that they will find a way to survive the endless night unfolding on Aegis VII. For he knows the battle is far from over, and only the strongest and most determined can hope to face the horrors that await in the depths of the reborn nightmare. As Gustav and his team struggle to survive the nightmare unfolding on Aegis VII, they find unlikely allies amidst the chaos. Other survivors, desperate for a chance to escape the clutches of the Necromorphs, join them in their fight for survival. Among these allies is the colony engineer, Marcus, whose knowledge of security systems and access to colony resources becomes invaluable to the group. There is also the colony doctor, Elena, whose skill in treating the wounded and administering medical resources is vital to keeping the group alive. However, as tension mounts and dangers multiply, cracks begin to appear in the ranks of the survivors. Suspicions and distrust seep among them, fueled by fear and uncertainty of what is truly happening on Aegis VII. Gustav begins to realize that not all allies are what they seem. Some of the survivors begin to act suspiciously, hiding dark secrets and hidden motives behind false smiles and friendly words. Conflicts arise within the group, with accusations of betrayal and disloyalty thrown back and forth. Trust, which once formed the foundation of the group's unity, is now shaken, replaced by suspicion and paranoia. Gustav finds himself in the midst of this whirlwind of emotions and betrayals, struggling to maintain the cohesion of the group as they face the horrors unfolding around them. He knows that, to survive, they must find a way to overcome their differences and unite against the common enemy that threatens them all. But as betrayals and dark revelations mount, Gustav realizes that the true enemy may be closer than he ever imagined. In a world where the lines between friend and foe become blurred and indistinct, the only thing he can be certain of is that only the strongest and most determined will survive the nightmare unfolding on Aegis VII. Determined to find a way to escape the nightmare unfolding on Aegis VII, Gustav leads his team and the remaining allies on a desperate journey through the dark ruins of the colony. They face deadly challenges at every turn, from ingenious traps left by the Necromorphs to brutal confrontations with the abominable creatures that infest the dark corridors of the colony. Each step is a battle for survival, with Gustav and his team fighting against impossible odds in their desperate quest for salvation. The journey is marked by painful losses and difficult sacrifices. Friends are lost to the clutches of the Necromorphs, while others sacrifice themselves to ensure the rest of the group continues to advance. With each death, the burden of despair grows heavier, testing the limits of Gustav's and his companions' courage and determination. However, even in the darkest of adversities, Gustav refuses to yield to despair. He clings to the hope that somewhere in the depths of the colony, there is a way to escape the horror that surrounds them. As they press on, they uncover dark secrets and shocking revelations about the true nature of what happened on Aegis VII. They learn about terrible experiments and hidden agendas, as the truth behind the Necromorph infestation slowly unfolds before their eyes. But despite the dark revelations, Gustav and his team continue to push forward, determined to find a way to escape the nightmare unfolding on Aegis VII. With each step, they draw closer to salvation, ready to face whatever fate holds in store for them. For, in the end, they are more than mere survivors. They are fearless warriors, tireless fighters who refuse to give up, even as the world around them crumbles. With courage and determination, they move towards the light at the end of the tunnel, ready to face whatever the future may bring. After facing countless trials and challenges, Gustav and the few survivors left finally find a way to escape the clutches of the nightmare that unfolded on Aegis VII. They emerge from the ruins of the colony, marked by physical and emotional scars, yet still alive, still fighting. As they watch Aegis VII fade into the horizon, a sense of relief mixed with sadness permeates the air around them. They have lost friends, sacrificed much, and the memories of the horrors they witnessed will haunt them forever. But despite it all, they have survived. Gustav looks back at the distant ruins of the colony, knowing they leave behind more than just wreckage and despair. They leave behind a story of courage and determination, of sacrifice and hope. They leave behind a legacy of resistance against the darkness that threatens to consume the universe. As the ship drifts away from Aegis VII, Gustav knows the nightmare is far from over. The scars of the past will continue to haunt them, and the future remains uncertain and dangerous. But, with courage and determination, they will face whatever fate has in store for them, ready to challenge the unknown with bravery and resolution. For, in the end, they are more than mere survivors. They are heroes, fearless warriors who have faced the stars and emerged triumphant on the other side. And with that determination, they will continue to move forward towards the unknown, in search of a new beginning and a future full of hope.